Hi there, my name is Yolande McCray, and I am the founder of the Healing Place. And I am very happy to be partnering with ICU Baby for this important, very important week. I'm particularly excited about this week because it is Black Maternal Mental Health Week. Now, I know we have a lot of weeks for everything, paying homage and bringing awareness to different causes, but this week in particular is very, very near and dear to my heart. And I'll tell you why. Black maternal mental health. So what I'm going to do is break down all of the words for you, and then we'll regroup and put it together, and you'll find out why it makes sense. First, I want to thank you for even tuning in. I know that being a family with a baby in the ICU can be very, very stressful. So this is your break time, your reprieve, and I hope you enjoy the presentation. So being Black and being maternal is a daunting task. Why do I say that? Because when you are born a Black female, there are certain things that are attached to what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to be, your makeup. You're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be resourceful. You're supposed to be diligent. You are supposed to not be vulnerable. And in saying all of that, in being that person, it negates sometimes your mental wellness and the way that you seek mental wellness, because again, you're not supposed to be vulnerable. You're not supposed to ask for help. You're not supposed to, act like there's something that you cannot do. And in fact, all of that is a myth. We find that Black women, especially during the labor process, the delivery process, the postpartum process, are at an increased risk of adverse events. So understanding that, going in with that knowledge, we do have to be mindful that we may need to seek some help sometimes. If you think about it, back when you had neighborhoods filled with families that everybody was caring for everybody. That Black mother was the go-to person. That mother was, and even these are kids that even if they didn't birth them, they were still caring for them and loving on them and nurturing them, because that's what we do. That's what we're inbred to do. But what we find is that it becomes stressful. It becomes sometimes a title that women, especially Black women, struggle to keep up with. And if you know anything about titles, there is, everybody is doing this. And if you don't fall into that category, then you feel less than. You feel like you're not, worthy. You feel like you have been a disappointment, not only to your family, but to yourself. Because again, we've built up these stereotypes for ourselves. And sometimes we do relish in them. We do like being called that strong Black woman. We've been able to take everything on. We've been able to do things successfully and succeed. However, everybody is not built the same. So in understanding that and having some patience with ourselves, which we don't sometimes, makes the task, again, very daunting. We're going to do a little exercise, and I like this exercise because after we debrief on it, it will bring a little bit of clarity, I think, or I hope at least, and then at the end of the presentation, we will try to figure out where to go from here. So I want you to take a minute, grab a piece of paper, and it doesn't have to be a huge paper, it doesn't have to be a specific color. Let's just grab a piece of paper, scrap paper, something to write on, and grab a pen. And I want you to write down the 3 most important things in your life right now. 3. I know there may be more than 3, but I want you to focus on just 3 right now. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. Now, I want you to look at your paper. Are you listed? Are you listed as one of the most important people in your life? Or important things? If you are not, you need to pause and think about why. As Black mothers, we put everyone in front of us because we're nurturing, because that's what we do. But in doing that, we tend to deplete ourselves. And the thing about it is that we cannot keep giving and giving and giving and not refilling ourselves. So I did this activity because most people do not put themselves down as one of the most important people. And the thing is that all of these things, or the people that we listed, they need us to be whole so that we can continue to be the great person, the loving person, the compassionate person, the nurturing person that they appreciate us to be. So I say this to point out that even though we think that, we have it all together, we're mentally fit, sometimes it takes us to write some stuff down to realize that we're not as fit as we thought. And in doing that, it brings some self-awareness. And it's okay, because self-awareness allows us to seek the help and seek the support. So this support group that you're in right now, because your baby is in the ICU, is step one. Being a Black mother, it adds another component to it. There are support groups out there for Black mothers. There are support groups out there for women on a whole. But being a Black mother is a different type of identity. There are different types of, I want to say, even roles that come along with being a Black mother, heading a Black family. So I would definitely encourage you to seek some support. There is nothing wrong with being in several support groups, because we know that it takes a village. And it's not just it takes a village to raise a family. It takes a village for mental wellness. So things like, making sure your hair is done and your nails are done and you feel good. Educating yourself, that feels good. All of those things make up that wellness for you. And what I want to encourage is that you check out some of these sites. They're on Instagram. Some of them are on Facebook that support Black mothers. So Black Moms Miami, if you're in the Miami area, or even if you're not, their site posts encouraging things, letting you know that, you're not alone. Postpartum Support International is an awesome organization that I am a part of, and they have a People of Color Alliance. So they are definitely trying to reach out and support people of color, especially during this maternal journey. I also want to say that with the Healing Place, our mission is to promote awareness and to normalize the treatment of perinatal mental health, perinatal loss, and infertility. We want people to understand that you are not alone. And that's the biggest thing, because, when we think that, okay, gosh, I'm the only one that is going through this, or am I the only one that's handling this, or am I the only one that, it feels a little scatterbrained? You're not. And I can tell you that you're not, but it feels great when you have 9, 10, 15 other people saying, you know what, I went through the same thing, and this is how I got through. And you may be able to be a resource and tell someone, I went through the same thing and I got through. And that's the most important thing. We want to help each other get through. Because the thing is that, again, we don't want to be stuck in a place where we feel like we're in a hole and we can't dig ourselves out. And that looks different for everyone. Not everyone who is sad or depressed cries every single day or can't get out of bed every single day. It becomes something of, I just don't feel like myself. Even indicators like that should make you think, you know what? Maybe I need to talk to somebody. Maybe I need to seek some help. Maybe I need to communicate. And as Black women, we are not great at telling people when we're vulnerable, when we need help, when we need an intervention, when we need a timeout. And, because sometimes we think we have to go all the time. And that's not the case. Everyone deserves a timeout, not just the kids. Everyone deserves a timeout so that you can mentally regroup. And in doing that, you can refill your cup, because you do not want your cup to be depleted. You don't want your body to be depleted. You don't want your soul to be depleted, because you've been giving it out and being mindful of everyone else. So the mission is to make yourself the top person on your list. Have a great day.